In this session, Unit 14, Transportation in Plants and Circulation in Animals, Part 3, we shall study circulation in animals in detail. And to begin with, we shall first learn about the components of the blood, functions of blood, blood vessels, and types of circulatory system. Let's see now the components of blood. What is blood? It's a red-colored fluid connective tissue. It consists of plasma and formed elements. About plasma, it is 55% of blood is the plasma. It contains many non-cellular substances like organic substances like protein, glucose, urea, enzymes, hormones, vitamins, and minerals. The formed elements are the suspended substances like the blood cells and blood fragments. The blood cells are the RBC, that is red blood corpuscles and white blood corpuscles, whereas the blood fragments are the blood platelets. One of the formed elements of blood, that is the red blood cells, is also called erythrocytes. They are abundant in the cells. It is biconcave and disc-shaped. It is formed in bone marrow. Nucleus as well as cell organelles are absent. Respiratory pigment, hemoglobin, is present and so it imparts red color. The lifespan of red blood corpuscles is 120 days. The formed elements of blood, that is the white blood corpuscles, otherwise called leukocytes, are colorless. They don't have hemoglobin, but they have nucleus, so they are referred as nucleated cells. They are found in bone marrow, spleen, thymus, and lymph nodes. They move like amoeba, so their movement is referred as amoeboid movement. They are categorized into two, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes contain granules and agranulocytes, they don't have granular particles. Granulocytes are three types, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. Agranulocytes are two types, lymphocytes and monocytes. Neutrophil is a leukocyte which contains granules, so can be called as granulocyte leukocyte. 60-65% of the total leukocytes are neutrophil. They are large in size and have a 2 to 7 lobe nucleus. The number increases during infection and inflammation. Next is eosinophil. It's also a granulocyte leukocyte. 2 to 3% of total leukocytes are eosinophils. It has a bilobe nucleus and it increases in number during allergy and parasitic infection. Next is a basophil. It's a granulocyte leukocyte. They form 0.5 to 1% of the total leukocyte. They have no lobed nucleus. They release chemicals during the process of inflammation. Next is a lymphocyte. It's a agranulocyte leukocyte. There are about 20 to 25% of the total leukocytes. They produce antibodies during bacterial and viral infections. Monocyte is also a granulocyte. These cells form 5 to 6% of the total leukocytes. The largest of all the leukocytes is the monocyte. They are phagocytic in nature. That is, it engulfs bacteria. The next is about blood fragments or the blood platelets. The other word for blood platelets is thrombocytes. These are very small, colorless, and they don't have nucleus. The lifespan is 8 to 10 days. There are nearly 250,000 to 4 lakhs platelets per cubic millimeter of blood. They play an important role in clotting of blood. Platelets form clot at the site of injury and thus prevent blood loss. These blood elements and fragments are found in specific amount in human blood smear. The abnormal amounts of elements and fragments can lead to several symptoms and health problems. Though abnormal blood count are common and treatable, very rarely it can indicate an immune disorder. For example, decrease in RBC causes anemia, Increase in WBC causes leukocytosis. Decrease in WBC causes leukemia. Decrease in platelet causes thrombocytopenia. Next is about the functions of blood. It transports respiratory gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide, exchange of gases. It transports digested food materials to the different parts of the body. It transports hormone. It transports nitrogenous excretory products like ammonia, urea and uric acid. It is involved in protection of the body and defense against diseases. It acts as a buffer and also helps in regulation of pH and body temperature. So body temperature is maintained by blood. So when you have any entry of foreign particles, there will be changes in the temperature of the blood. That's why you say it becomes a symptom of any disease like fever. Yes, right? It maintains proper water balance in the body. Blood passes through branch tubes called blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types called arteries, veins and capillaries. The first one, arteries. The main artery is aorta, and all the arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Artery carry blood away from the heart to the various organ, whereas this pulmonary artery alone, they carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Arteries are the thick and elastic vessels. And coming to veins, the main veins are the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. Veins carry deoxygenated blood from the body parts to the heart, except pulmonary vein. This pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. The third one, the capillaries, they are the branches of arterioles which unite to form capillaries, which then they form venules and veins. Capillaries are formed of single layer of endothelial cells and they carry blood away from the body and exchange nutrients, waste and oxygen with tissues at the cellular level. Next is the difference between arteries and veins. We just have dealt one of it. Right, it is all arteries carry oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Veins carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary veins. Right, there are a few more differences and it's tabulated down. As the second difference states, veins are red in color. Look at your breast to see the veins. It appears blue. Why? Do you want an answer for it? Yes. Veins carry hemoglobin without oxygen. That is deoxygenated blood. It absorbs more red light. So it appears to be much darker. So they might look blue when you see them through your skin, as it seems to be a darker blood. Hope you got the answer. Right. William Harvey, an English physician, discovered the cardiovascular or the circulatory system in animals. Blood flows through blood vessels. The blood circulation in animals is of two types, open, closed. In open circulation, the hemolymph, what we called the blood or the fluid flowing into the circulatory system, directly bathes the organs and tissues. It is in direct contact with the tissues. For example, mollusk, phylum Mollusca. There, if I give you an example, snail. Second one, arthropods, an example, spider, cockroach. So in open circulatory system, the blood is pumped into the body cavity. Whereas in closed, blood flows inside the body through vessels such as arteries and veins. Example, annelids. Example already we have dealt already. Example, leech, earthworm and other vertebrates, and all other vertebrates have closed circulatory system. In closed circulatory system, blood is pumped through the vessels by the heart. Is it clear? Okay. Thank you, girls. See you next class. Have a nice day.